Saturday morning at the Finke Desert Race. There's just action happening everywhere here. I'm with Jeff McNiven. He's been out. You've had the sighting lap this morning. So now it's time to do what we call a prologue, and that's set the quickest time you can, and that is going to dictate your starting order for tomorrow.
That's the idea. We had a quick look around. That's our first time ever around that prologue track. So it's what we expected. We watched a couple of videos just to see how the guys are doing it. So there's no surprises out there for us this morning. It's as we thought it was going to be. We'll just get out there and go as hard as we can.
Awesome stuff. Now, it's more of a rally-style course compared to what the actual Finke Desert Race course is like. It's probably more in my vein of experience.
We swap.
Yeah, we might be able to do that.
Mate.
So we're about the same height if I crouch down a little bit. But look, so it's more of a rally style. So more about driving those lines, being as accurate as you can, because half a second, 1 second can make a difference to where you start tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got the car set up, I think, more for the rough than the prologue course. We've got the bigger tyres on, and we've lifted the suspension a little bit, so it'll be a little bit tough for us in the prologue, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
You know what? And I think this year with a bit of moisture, a little bit of breeze tomorrow, so the forecast is for about 30 k's an hour wind. Hopefully moves that dust off. So hopefully that positional change is not going to make a big difference. But the main thing with prologue is you got to finish.
Oh yeah. We'll keep it on the track. We'll keep the black things down.
One thing that we are doing, a little bit of extra pressure on you. I know we've got plenty of Mavericks competing in this year's Finke Desert Race. We've put 3, I think it might even be 4 GoPros on your car for this prologue run, and
that wasn't the deal, Mick.
and we're going to listen to you, maybe hopefully commentate and tell everybody what it's like to do the prologue at the Finke Desert Race.
You'll get to see every mistake I make and what I say after it.
You telling me perfection was the word you were working on.
Oh, we can try, but it's not going to happen. We'll do our best. But
look, it's just great for everybody at home to be able to see what it's like to and what it's like. And I know from experience, from my years of rallying, you're a bit nervous, you're a bit jumpy, you feel a little bit of pressure, and it's nice to get this out of the way. So we're going to see firsthand how Jeff McNiven handles his first ever prologue at Finke.
Well, you will, and I'm going to show everyone how not to do it.
All right. I'm with that. We're all with that.
Thanks, Guesty. Give that away, Frank. Frank, don't be afraid to tell me to get into it. You know, you're always telling me to slow down. I don't think I've ever heard you say go, go, go. You know what I mean? We're here to have fun. But, mate, seriously, we're in a good spot to win this race. We need to be, you know by now, roughly, you know, how fast we can go. You know, because if you keep telling me to slow down all the time, I end up ignoring it. I don't listen to it. So don't do it unless we need to, because you're always saying easy or gentle or something. Let's not do that. You know, like, only do it when we need to do it, and let's call it up when we need to call up. We're not sure that we're in the right car. We jumped into the wrong car. Does it matter?
I don't know.
No, I'm kidding. It's all right.
Okay.
Okay, he started calling an official over then, so we backed out of that one. Oh, here comes the official. No, we're right, we're all good. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Got that one pretty good there, Frank. Feels good on these bumps, doesn't it? Oi. Come off the throttle a little bit too much then, hey? Jesus, I'm getting a lot of feedback from the wheel, hey? Side here. turn it in with this much tyre pressure in the front. Oh my gosh, this tyre pressure's way too hard. Onto the steering wheel. Go, Jimmy. Yeah, mate, seriously, it was a massive error to put the front tyre pressures that hard. I couldn't get the thing turned in and it kept nearly ripping the wheel out of my hand. Holy shit, my hands. That's outright, 6th outright, Jimmy just said. So we're 10 seconds off Crocker, but look, I mean, with what? Yeah. No, I just couldn't turn it in. Anyway. Thanks, Tank. I'll leave this thing in too. I think too, like it was just so stiff because the shocks, everything was so cold. and we weren't hitting them hard enough, and with that extra tyre pressure, yeah.
All right, Jeff, you've just come in from Prologue. How'd you go, buddy?
Oh, we probably didn't do as well as I was hoping, Mick. It was we definitely got the setup on the car wrong. It's we've never run 30s before. We ran so much tyre pressure minimum. I couldn't get the car turned in, and it was nearly ripping the wheel out of my hands. But it was okay. We pressed on as hard as we could, but I just overshot a lot of the corners, and and the suspension. We set the thing up. With the extra tyre pressure, and I felt so hard on the car, but once we get in the race tomorrow, we get the tyre pressures right, and it's a long way to go. So and the shocks will heat up and everything will start working properly, and that was a little bit disappointing for myself, but I think we've actually put in a fairly solid time.
Well, it's pretty fierce and fast, the action here at the Finke Desert Race at the moment. I've got Jimmy here from JSW. He's spinning spanners for young Jeffrey McNiven. And I know Jeff was a shade disappointed in his run because he's so damn competitive. But I've got to tell you, I think he's sitting pretty. How are the other guys looking from the Can-Am team?
Look, it's really surprising. We were pretty disappointed what we thought the results of the vehicle. We made some tyre pressure changes and we went in the wrong direction. So we were pretty devastated with the results until we looked at the times. And like the top Can-Ams, if you take Toby out of the equation, he did a blinding run. He's about 9 seconds in front, but Lovett and Shivers and even one of the factory Polarises were all within about a second and a half of each other. So considering the bad setup change that we made as a decision, we're pretty happy with the overall results, and the cars are all very, very close together.
Yeah, look, Can-Am's looking pretty solid there again. And of course, trying to back up from that fantastic win that Toby Waitley had last year. I know I love seeing McNiven so competitive. You know, no one's more competitive than me. I'm sort of itching to get out there myself, and it's not happening this year. But just great to see Jeff so competitive. A little bit frustrated, but I think he's got a really good head, and I'm looking forward to seeing him at Finke with a good time tomorrow.
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously Toby does set the yardstick of that's the guy we're going to beat. He's the current champion. He's done a blitzing job in qualifying, done a fantastic job, and we really need to measure ourselves against that team. And if we can be there at the end and hopefully keep the thing in one piece, then we're pretty excited. It's a great thing with the Maverick. They're so fast out of the box. We don't touch the things mechanically. It's got the genuine aftermarket muffler on it. We've made a tyre change, some changes to springs, and we go racing.